Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Troy with Cichlid Bros. In today's video, we are unboxing this brand new light from AquaIllumination. This is the Hydra Edge 44 freshwater light. This is the new and improved version of the Hydra Edge from AquaIllumination. I'm going to be unboxing this, setting it up, showing some different mounting options, and then giving a bit of a review and just calling out some observations about this light as I set it up. So I'm looking forward to this one. Let's dive right in. And even though the title says this is a product review, it's more about showing and telling you about the features of this brand new light. Since it is a higher end option, I just wanted to show you how to set it up and some of the features, and then you can make your own decision on whether or not to buy this. I am not trying to sell you this light. So here's the light that we are going to unbox. We also have the HMS single arm hanging kit and a bracket that goes along with the new light. So we're going to talk about the mounting options later in the video, but let's go ahead and unbox the light. Okay, so this is what you see when you unbox this new light. You have it right on top here. You have a really sleek rectangular light with the lights right here on the bottom. And I believe they have optimized color spectrums from red, greens, blues, and whites to be ideal for planted aquariums, which is one of the upgrades from the previous version to this one, I believe. Also, there is a noticeable circle here, which I also believe is supposed to help with the shimmer that you have whenever you're using these lights. So I think it looks really nice. It has a little fan here, a couple buttons, and then slots for some mounting options, which, like I said, we'll cover later on. You got the power cord, more power cords, and then lastly we have the instructions, including the app, which I'll also show later on in the video. And since we're here, we're going to unbox one of the HMS single bracket mounts. So this is what I'm going to use for both of my lights. I'm going to show you two different setups on two different 40-gallon breeders. But this is the bracket that goes over the rim of the tank. Then you have these two that will kind of sit in an L shape, and you can adjust them back and forwards or up and down, so you can kind of manipulate the height and the forward and backward positions of the light. Then you have a bunch of screws and brackets to be able to fit the light on the back of the tank and attach the light to the bracket. So the previous version of the Hydra Edge can use the same HMS single arm mounting kit. The new version can also use this, but I think you need this extra bracket, which is purchased separately at the moment. I think AquaIllumination is packaging them together in the future to make it a little easier, but this should make it interesting to see the different adjustments, front, back, tilted, that this new light can use. So this is everything out of its packaging. Obviously the light up top, we got the mounting arm to the left and the bracket here. So let's go ahead and get this on the tank and check it out. So these are the two tanks that we're going to be installing the lights on, one on each 40-gallon breeder. One thing I really don't love about 40-gallon breeders is the middle brace of the lids that typically come with these guys. You either need a light way on the back or way on the front, and I think this new light is going to remove that from the equation because it's going to be hanging above the tank, and I think it's going to look really nice on both of these tanks that are going to be hopefully growing plants over time. So for this mounting method, these two will be angled like this at an L above the tank. So you have the back piece and you have a top piece. So you're going to need a bracket between them, but before that, you basically take this top piece and you put it over your aquarium and you mark not only how far back you want this to hang behind the tank, but also where the middle of the light would be right here. So sometimes people take a pencil and mark it. I kind of know where I want the light to be towards the front here, and it won't be angled too far back. So the first piece is this angled corner, which you want to fit straight in here like that, where it can move back and forth. And then you want your back piece to slide in as well. So just like that, you got your vertical piece there, and then your horizontal piece at the top can go back and forth. Oops, sorry about that sound. And once you have your full position, you will tighten these two screws to make sure it stays in place. But next up, we're going to get the bracket on top of the light here. So this is one of the additional brackets that comes with the new version of the light, which allows it to attach to the previous mounting system. But what I like is to kind of screw it in like this on both sides, so you can have a little bit of adjustment front to back to angle your light any way you want, but also to hang easily from the mounting system itself. So you take these bigger screws first and screw it in. I just do it by hand, at least initially, so that I can get the right angle that I want. Once these guys are in place, I can angle this, like I said, when it's over the tank, and then tighten these in all the way. And I already forgot a step. You actually have to put the screw in with the washer, and then you want the nut on here as well, but you don't want to tighten it too much because you need a little bit of give whenever you slide it on the top rail. So between the washer and the nut, you're just going to slide it on right here. The light's going to probably be about right there. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this onto the light, and then we'll slide it right back on. So next up, we need to get this bracket that goes over the rim of the tank and screws in place. We need to get that on the vertical piece that will be behind the tank. This is actually a trickier part because these screws and these nuts need to be loose, but not too loose that they fall off, and not too tight that they won't squeeze on as you push this on. So you might need one of these guys to loosen or tighten them, but let's try our best to get this on. Alright, so that goes down a little bit, but then right there it's a little tight, so you have to unscrew this a little bit, play around with it to make sure it goes all the way down. Alright, finally got it. So you just slide it into place roughly where it's going to be, and then you just tighten the screws. Once it's to this point, everything's pretty straightforward. Now that we got the bracket for the rim on here, we are going to tighten this into place. The two screws down here, just using the Allen wrench. So with the light on the bracket right now, since these bolts are pretty loose, you can move it frontwards or forwards when it's over the tank. I think I'm going to have it angled slightly towards the back panel, and then I will tighten it. If I need to adjust that after it's on the tank, I definitely could unscrew these just a bit and make that change. Then next up, you can use these, which are for the cords, just along the bracket itself. Super easy. This is the easiest part, just like that. And then this will go behind the tank, so the cord will mostly be completely out of view. And last but not least, we're going to put the little end piece with the AI logo, just so it looks nice and clean from the front. So there we have it. The mount is ready to go on the tank. So we're going to install one of the two Hydra Edges on this tank and then one above it, and I'm going to show kind of a comparison of what they look like. I'm going to take this strip light off, which I've always had issues with on a 40-gallon breeder. The seam of the lids are like directly in the middle, so if you have it up front, which I like to do with my lights, there's not enough light getting to the back, but if you have the LD in the back, there's not enough in the front. And you put it in the middle, can't see either way. So I think this light's gonna alleviate that problem. You could get two LED lights, but that's kind of a waste in my opinion, so I think this is gonna look really good. Then we run the cord that way. Definitely a positive about the AquaIllumination lights, the Ecotech lights. They can all go on the same app, the Mobius app, which was a big improvement over the previous app. I believe it was AI Connect. This has so many of the lights that I currently have, the AquaIllumination blades, the primes, and now these guys. So the 40-gallon breeder, you just click into it and you can manually change the lighting, the timing, everything is controllable, turn on, off. But here in the lighting, there are a couple templates, so you can use these and then adjust accordingly, or you can go in and do it yourself. So lighting intensity, templates is what we were just at. Then you just hit edit here. Then you can go through all the different lighting options, see if we can show both. See, just like sliding it, you can see the difference. Greens, reds, whites. So you have blue, green, red, moonlight, warm white, and cool white that you can manipulate all the different percentages, and you can ramp up, ramp down. I think that's a really cool feature, and when you have it on an auto schedule like this, you don't have to worry about turning off your light, which one of the lights on this 40-gallon stand was like that, so I'd always have to come down to make sure I turn it off at the right time. And I think right now they both look amazing. So I had the light on the 40 gallon up top for a couple days, and I really like the lighting and the shimmer of that tank, so I kind of want to replicate it down below. So I saved that schedule, and then if you just go to the new tank, you can see try one was what I saved, and I can just click right there and click to activate, and the exact same schedule goes to this tank, which I already really like. It's a little dimmer, but it's also warmer. I think it's going to look really cool. I've had these two lights on my 40 gallon breeders here for about 4 weeks now, and overall I'm really happy with these lights. I really like the spread. It covers the 40 gallon breeders dimensions perfectly. I think the alignment of the LEDs around the light really gives it good coverage, while the solar ring in the middle kind of helps bring out that natural shimmer, which a lot of puck style lights bring out, especially the AI Prime 16s, which I've used for many years on a lot of different tank setups. Those always gave a great shimmer, so I'm happy to see that the Hydra Edge does the same. And even just reading the features off the back of the box, it does say 100-degree spread, which I definitely agree with. It definitely covers the entire tank really well. The solar ring provides the shimmer. You can see the shimmer is much better in both tanks than it was with the LED strip lights I had before. The mounting options are very customizable. There's many different ways to go about this, which is a good and a bad thing. It's actually pretty complex and confusing at times to set up the different mounts and brackets because they're so customizable. There's not really a step-by-step guide for every single option. So hopefully if you set up this exact way, this video would have been helpful for you, but it did give me a little bit of trouble as I was trying to set these up initially. The color spectrum of this light is pretty nice, I think, with the blue, red, green, warm white, and cool white all being adjustable right there in your app. And since I have so many different Ecotech and AquaIllumination lights, it's really nice to have them all in the app, which I think has extreme improvements from the previous AI version. I really like the Mobius app. It's really nice to set everything up in that app all in one place. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these lights helping grow some of the plants in both of these tanks. I'm going to be adding a few more plants here soon, but I'm hoping that both of them become a really dense planted aquarium and really look nice with the natural shimmer from these lights as well. And also, I can't speak to the long-term performance or the longevity of this light since it's brand new and I just got it last month, but I can speak to the AquaIllumination lights I've used, like the Freshwater Blade and the AI Prime 16s. I've had those for many years and I've been very happy with them with no issues whatsoever, so I wouldn't expect anything different with the Hydra Edge here. And you can also see in the 40 gallon breeder down there, the Gymnogeophagus have laid eggs. And then the top 40 gallon breeder, all these guys are doing great. The Rams, the Goldeneye, the Dwarf Flag Cichlid, and the Cherry Barbs. I think they're going to look great once some of the plants grow in, especially with this light and the shimmer and spread that it delivers. So there it is, the new Hydra Edge freshwater light. I am excited to have them, but I hope this video was helpful or informative, or you just enjoyed seeing a new lighting option. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.